Yo, what's up, Giants fans? I just want to say real quick, I recorded like half of this video until I looked down and I saw that it wasn't even recording, so that was kind of frustrating. But I want to make a video real quick on the Dwayne Haskins situation because obviously it's connected to Daniel Jones a little bit in a way, but also just to give my thoughts on it. Because to be honest with you guys, now that Dwayne Haskins is benched, Kyle Allen is a set starter for this week coming up. I think it's wrong. I think it's a wrong decision by Washington, and I really do feel bad for the guy. You guys know I was never a Dwayne Haskins fan. I didn't want him on the Giants. My mind about him changed around the week before the draft, and I no longer wanted him to be on the Giants. I always thought he was going to be an average quarterback at best, and I thought he could be a bust at worst. I was just not a believer in Dwayne Haskins. However, with that being said, to pull the rug out from under him, you talk about his first year, he had a coach that didn't even want him, and so he wasn't developed properly. In the second year, it looks like the same thing is happening again. The coach doesn't even want him, it looks like. It looks like Washington is abandoning him once again. I think it's just unfair or wrong, and it's kind of dirty what the football team is doing to Dwayne Haskins. The guy does not have a good offensive line. He has like one weapon in Scary Terry, and his offensive play calling isn't exactly that great. The Washington right now is just a couple spots above the Giants in terms of, overall offense in the NFL, which is not saying much because the Giants are the worst offense in the NFL, number 32 out of 32. So it's not exactly fair, and it's just 4 games into his second year of his career. And don't quote me on this, but I'm pretty sure Haskins has less or around the same starting time as DJ, because Haskins didn't even start for the Redskins until like week 4, week 5, I think, maybe week 6 of last year. So you're talking about a guy who's in his second year as a quarterback, and I don't know what's with teams nowadays, because, once again, another reason I'm making this is because it's very similar to what's happening with DJ, and of course DJ and Haskins will forever be connected because of what happened in that 2019 draft, but DJ's in a similar situation, not a good offensive line, and now seems to be clicking just a little bit. Really all his weapons have been failing him, and the play calling has been trash, and he hasn't been winning games, just like Haskins hasn't been winning games. So it's like they're in very similar situations. And I don't know what's up with teams pulling the rugs from young quarterbacks. They're in their second years, and both of these guys don't even have a full first rookie year. They need to develop. They need to learn. They need to be NFL players. You can't do that if you pull the plug 4 games into their second year. It makes no sense. It seems like even now teams are taking on that microwave mentality of I want it now, and if I don't have it now, I'm just gonna abandon it. They want their franchise quarterback to take their prime form now. They want them to skip years of development and all of a sudden, like magic, at the snap of a fingers, be able to do what franchise quarterbacks do. They want a Lamar Jackson and a Patrick Mahomes. The unfortunate truth is you're not gonna get that because there's only one Lamar Jackson, there's only one Patrick Mahomes, there's only a couple of those dudes that come around every now and then, and it's not guaranteed that you have one every single draft. So to me, it just seems like teams are not getting in that mentality, and it's really, really terrible. I do feel sorry for Haskins. The guy has had arguably a worse, if not just as bad situation as Daniel Jones has had on the Giants. He really deserves better. He deserves to finish his second year. He deserves to play out the entirety of his sophomore year as a quarterback and then be judged upon how he performed that year. Even though, in my opinion, he should still be on the team no matter what because it's just his second year as a quarterback. And I've said the same thing for Daniel Jones. Let Daniel Jones play out his sophomore year. Let him be judged at the end of it. And he still should be on the team moving forward because it's just their second year. They're still developing. You know what I'm saying? QBs on average take like 3-4 years before they, they fully hit their primes, before they hit what they're going to be for the rest of their career. But people seem to forget this. I don't get it. I really do feel for Haskins, man. I think it's a really stupid decision on, the Washington football team's part. I'm kind of surprised Ron Rivera is doing it because Rivera's a smart head coach. Like, he knows what you got to do to succeed. Why would you do this to a young quarterback? I mean, it just doesn't make any sense to me. And for both of them, what I'm about to say applies to both of them. There's a lot of problems on their respective teams right now, but to place all of it and to place all of the reason for them losing solely on their shoulders is stupid. It's not right. And it's just wrong. Haskins should not be benched. And I never thought I'd be saying this because I'm not a Haskins fan. So take it from somebody that's not even a Haskins fan. I thought this dude was going to be a bust or maybe even just an average quarterback at best. Yet I can recognize that what's happening is wrong. So, I just want to get my thoughts out real quickly on that. Very short. I gotta record my picks video either way. Tune into tonight's episode of Young Guns Podcast. That's it for now. Put your thoughts down below, and I'm out.